Senior day for Carson-Newman men's soccer and plenty to play for both of these teams. Eagles welcome Tusculum to McCowan Field. Senior day final home game of the 2023 season here today for Carson-Newman as the Eagles try to qualify for the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Carson-Newman kicks off and we're underway on a 48-degree first day of November. Eagles and Pioneers meeting for the first time this year. The final regular season game, second year in a row these two teams meet to end the regular season. Last year, Tusculum ran away from Carson-Newman, won 4-1 a year ago. Eagles trying to get revenge on the Pioneers here this afternoon. Venislaw dribbles at the center circle, now turns back. Plays off for Bart Hyvenars. Eagles with Friedel, Coles, Hyvenars, and Pascal along that back line. For Carson-Newman, Federico Simonetti in goal as well, making his 11th start of the year. Smart crosses midfield with pace, trying to find a ground pass through the Tusculum defense, and it was taken away in the Pioneers' control for the first time this afternoon. Pioneers are 8-4-3, 3-4-3 in league play. And as things stand heading into the day, are in the SAC tournament, but with results and how things play out today, could fall out and could stay in. It's only one or the other for the Pioneers. We'll break down those scenarios as we go through. Karsh crosses midfield. His pass was behind Smark, intercepted by the Pioneers. Ball gets batted around a couple of times, and Karsh there to control. Pass go to the back line for Dan Coles. Eagles will reset. Just over 90 seconds in. Honcup with the ball off to Pascal. Eagles 4-6-5, 2-5-3 in conference play. It has not won a match since the end of September. Karsh with a pass behind Harry Whitehead. And the Pioneers back on the ball, near side. They pass it around, leave one off for Shagor. Pressure on the keeper, Leach, and he has to pass it off along the far side. Savic back to his back line. Pressure here from Thomas DeGraw, one of the four seniors honored here earlier to today's match on Senior Day. Through ball played on nicely. It's a good ball in, and we've got the flag up for offsides. Guy Busato played the ball in, but the Pioneer was behind the defense and offsides. It was Artur Marquez called for offsides. Eagles back with possession 3 minutes in. Carson-Newman has not won at home since defeating Emory and Henry on September 20th. It was a 3-0 win for Stephen Lyons' team that day. Good defending here by the Pioneers to get the ball back. Pioneers enter the match winners of 3 of their last 4 games. They only lost once in the month of October, so a team that has picked up some steam here down the stretch, trying to carry that momentum into November and make the SAC tournament. Takeaway for Carson-Newman. DeGraw trying to find Karsh. Stellar tackle made by the Pioneers, and they're on the run. Through ball, touchdown by Friedel. Tusculum still on the move. Busato fires across in. Friedel there to knock it out of there, and DeGraw's there for Carson-Newman. DeGraw turns. He's got plenty of space. Flicks the ball near side for Honcup. Honcup back into the middle for Smark. Pressure behind Smark here. He gets taken down. No call. We'll play on as Morales breaks free. Morales behind the defense. Shot controlled by Simonetti. Morales was on sides, and Simonetti was able to get enough on that shot and then eventually control for Carson-Newman. Pioneers with the game's first shot. Coles will settle things down. And now play one along the far side. It bounces once as Karsh sprints forward onto it. Gets around one defender. Tried to break through another. Eagles win the turnover though. Oncup just outside the box. Ground pass for Whitehead. Whitehead goes near side to Graw. Cross. Karsh is there. And the Eagles strike. The official is waving off. And Karsh was offsides. What a sequence. Whitehead to DeGraw. Karsh was there on the back post, but he was offsides. Near side official had his flag up. And our head official, Joshua Brooks, sprinted in, waving his arms, saying that does not count. We'll stay scoreless here at McCowan Field. Good run here as Vital plays it near side for Busato. He goes off to Solomonson. Cross in, deflects around, and is cleared by Bart Hyvenars. Already some exciting opportunities both ways in a very meaningful match. Vital on sides. JP goes into the corner, flicks it in back post. Morales got a foot on it. And Pascal there to boot it back toward midfield. Shutrups plays it back to his center back, Shagor. And now back toward the far side for Vital. JP has the ball knocked off his feet by Isaac Pascal. Eagles win it back. Near side touch for DeGraw. And now he goes forward for Whitehead. It's over the head of the defender. Whitehead went around the keeper and a foul called as Whitehead goes down, and so does Leach. Whitehead is still shaken up. And now they're both down. We'll stop the clock with 38:20 to go in this opening half. Whitehead is still on the ground. Head coach Stephen Lyons and his staff trying to figure out how that is on Carson-Newman. It's going to be a Tusculum free kick. Both players are back to their feet and seem to be okay.
What about the 4 fouls before it?
And a quick free kick taken, a ground pass toward the far side for Devin Vital. Tusculum headed up by Alan Vital. He's in his 13th year with Tusculum, 27th overall. 13th season after several seasons here at Mossy Creek. Former Carson-Newman coach leading his guys against now Carson-Newman coach Stephen Lyons in his 7th year. All played out by the Pioneers. Carson-Newman will throw it in. Eagles can make the South Atlantic Conference tournament with a win today. And then Carson-Newman has to hope Mars Hill ties or loses to Limestone. That match is going on right now as well, so we'll keep you up to date with that score. Tusculum can get in with a win. A draw would have Tusculum also needing a Mars Hill tie or loss. And a loss for Tusculum puts them out of the race for that 8th seed. So the Pioneers must win or tie to make it today. Carson-Newman's got one choice. They win and get help from Mars Hill. It's in, but a tie or loss does not help Stephen Lyons' team here today. Oncup with the ball near side. One touch to Graw. It's crossed in. It goes all the way across goal toward the far corner. Karsh in a battle with the defender, and it's played out by Tusculum's center back, Osborne Savic. Oncup on the ball with Vital pressuring. Leaves it off Pascal. Pascal, a cross in. Whitehead's there. DeGraw backside. Had a shot deflected by a Pioneer defender. It ventures out near side. Here's a collision. No call. We'll play on. And the ball's played forward. Now we got a foul on Bart Hyvenars. Well, already we are almost 9 minutes in, and both of these coaching staffs not pleased with the officiating. Main official is Joshua Brooks. Line officials are Jason Odell and Oviedo Castillo. Ball gets played toward the back line. Friedel leaps up to head it away. And now Smarek flips it over top of the defender. What a move from Paul Smarek. Eagles with it moving forward. DeGraw, cross toward Whitehead, and now cleared away. Crafty move by the sophomore Smarek to create that attack initially. Now it's played out for a Pioneer throw. Last year's meeting that saw Tusculum winning Greenville 4-1 had a total of 28 fouls and 7 yellow cards and 1 red card for Tusculum. Pioneers played down a man and scored twice when it was a 10-11 advantage or 11-10 advantage Carson-Newman. Physical match a year ago. It's a rivalry, and we're already seeing some of the same here today. Good ball played through here. Hyvenar's in a foot race, able to get to it before Usato does and clears it up the line. Tusculum with the narrow lead in this series. It's 18-16 with 7 ties. Near side touch for Mo Bota. Leaves one off for Shagor. He goes up the line trying to get it to Busata. And it's outed out by Carson-Newman. Pioneers with 27 goals in 15 matches this year. Fine offensive team. They average less than 2 per game. And to put the numbers in perspective, for these two offenses, Carson-Newman has 11 less goals than Tusculum, but has 15 more shots taken. Carson-Newman has not lacked for opportunities. It's lacked with finishing and being able to take advantage of all these opportunities. 5th most shots in the sack, but the 10th most goals. And in conference play alone, Carson-Newman has the 4th most shots and is second to last in goals scored. Eagles have not been finishing at a high rate this season, and that's pretty much why Carson-Newman goes into this match today needing a victory to extend its season. Ball gets underneath the feet of Artur Marquez. Guy along this left side for the Pioneers who has 5 goals and 2 assists. Eagles back with it as Pascal grounds a pass across midfield for Honcup. Pressure applied, and he'll play it near side for Veneslon, who's got plenty of space. Veneslon sprinting forward. Nobody's met him yet. He crosses, now fires a shot right at Leach, who covers it up. Nicholas Leach has his first save of the afternoon. He's allowed the 3rd fewest goals in the sack and is second in the conference with a .833 save percentage and a goals against average mark at .85. It's 2 consecutive matches now that Carson-Newman will go up against the top 2 keepers in save percentage. Pair that with an offense that has not been dynamic enough in the final third, and it's going to make for a tough stretch for Carson-Newman offensively to try to figure things out, in need of a must-win here today and help from Mars Hill. Honcup tries to knock one forward for Whitehead. Gets headed by the defender, and Leach will control. Eagles honored Harry Whitehead, Nick Karsh, Two fifth-year seniors before the game, Harry Bagley and Thomas DeGraw as well. Here's a chance. But Veneslon got to it first. Turnover. Vitale in the right spot. It bounces around. He's still got it. Here's a shot. Nearsided, saved by Simonetti. And now Veneslon clears. Federico's made 2 saves on 2 Tusculum shots here in the first 15 minutes. Eagles honored a couple of graduate students, DeGraw and Bagley, 2 fifth-year seniors, and Whitehead and Karsh prior to today's match. Group that lost more than 8 players to graduation last year. There's 4 more this year, and all of which have been meaningful and impactful up front for Stephen Lyons this year and really throughout his tenure with Carson-Newman. You think of Whitehead and Karsh, they've been here 5 of the 7 seasons that Lyons has been here. Busato got around a defender, leaves it off for Salmonson. And it's played out off of a Pioneer. The Eagles will throw it in. Each team has 2 shots. 3 of the 4 shots in this game have been on target. Leach is there for a touch. Dangerous ball. And Whitehead trips up the defender. And a foul called. It was Devin Vitale trying to maintain possession there. Whitehead clipped him from behind. Good crowd on hand. The women's team will face Tusculum at 7:30. Pioneers are pretty much in the same boat Carson-Newman men's soccer is in, as we've got a player down at midfield. G. Busato is shaken up. That'll stop the clock with 29:30 to go. Tusculum women in the same boat as Carson-Newman's men's team here today. Got to have a victory to make the SAC tournament. Carson-Newman women's soccer will be in the tournament regardless of the result. We'll just come down to whether or not it's a 5 or 6 seed when it comes down to it. Eagles won't have a chance to host, but we'll either get Wingate or Anderson depending on results and how the things line up standings-wise when it's all said and done tonight. Final day of the regular season. Busato checks out for the Pioneers. Pressure here from Carson-Newman, forcing some pressure on the Pioneers. They escape the pack with possession. Head official gets in the way as Morales able to avoid him and keep possession for Tusculum. Touch for Shagor. He crosses midfield, eyeing an option, plays one on. A player is there, but he's offsides. Artur Marquez was the one that got his head on that ball sent forward by Oman Shagor. Looks like the official wanted 15 seconds to run off because he signaled for the game to resume, but Tusculum hadn't put the ball in play as to why the clock wasn't started, but the official wanted it to run. 28-20, each team's got 2 shots here in the first 16-plus minutes, but we're still scoreless. Ball headed back to Leach. He's going to have to hustle to keep it in, and he does. Things have calmed down a little bit after a hectic start that has seen both these teams get some good opportunities. Nick Karsh put a ball in the back of the net. He was offsides. And so that erased what could have been the game's first goal. Eagles win it back. Smarek had his pass deflected away. He stays with it. Grounds a pass for Mitchell Honcup. Honcup, Karsh. Pass it back and forth. Too many black jerseys in the area. Still loose, controlled by the Eagles. Nice tackle by Smart, but right to the Pioneer. Touch for Busato. Near side, here's a cross in by Bota. Headed away. Salamanson there. Carson-Newman wins it back. Honcup's got a lot of space crossing midfield. One pass off for Karsh. Nick Karsh back to Honcup. Honcup's into the box. Around one defender. Tried to cross it in. Vital took it away as he was able to work back into that play. And now a turnover. Pioneers countering. Mo Bota on the ball. Plays one off. Near side, Busato crosses it back. Here's a shot. And let's see, offsides. Busato was offsides when Mo Bota played it off for him. Eagles survive that chance on the counter by Tusculum. Smarek plays one on. Honcup trying to keep it in. He does. Crossed it right to Leach. Good hustle by Honcup to keep that ball in and at least give it all he had to cross that one in. But right to the keeper, Leach. As DeGraw was the only Eagle in the box ready for it. Shut-rups near side. Busato. And now a foul on Carson-Newman. Eagles have been called for all 4 fouls in this physical first half. Ground pass back to Devin Vital. Coach Alan Vital has 2 of his sons out there playing. One's a defender, one's a striker. JP's got a team-high 6 goals for Tusculum, including 2 in their senior day win last time out against Concord. Devin plays it out, and Carson-Newman will throw it in with 25 minutes to go in the opening half. Scoreless in a must-win game for Stephen Lyons' team in order to keep the season going. Smarek pressured. He'll play it right back to Dan Coles, one of the center backs for Carson-Newman. Eagles without Maxime Wester in the starting 11, a rare time where he doesn't get a start. Just the second time this year he won't start in a match. Honcup has it knocked away. He'll recover easily and play it back for Friedel. Pressure here from JP Vidal. He forces it back to Friedel. Eagles staying patient here. Ivanars crossed midfield. Now we'll backtrack for Coles. Benisland, nice move. Will play on. Eagle there to recover. Would have been a foul on Tusculum. Carson-Newman still had possession, so Joshua Brooks lets Carson-Newman play on. DeGraw made a run, tried to cross it in, didn't get enough on that. And Leach able to secure. Ground pass up the near side, and out of bounds was Busato. We'll take our first look at the Limestone Mars Hill score. Scoreless in the first 20 minutes there in Gaffney. So as things would stand exactly at this moment, Tusculum would be in the South Atlantic Conference tournament as the 8th seed. 2 ties favors the Pioneers. Up the far sideline, Pascal has it taken away by Osborne Savic. And the Pioneers back on the ball as we approach the halfway point of half number one. Both teams have done a pretty good job defensively. Once possession is secured, to pass it around and try to gain some possession and be patient before making a move forward. Ball at the feet of Mo Boda, who's got 4 goals. He finds J.P. Vital. He's tripped from behind and fouled by Smarek. 5th foul on Carson-Newman here in the first 23 minutes. Quick free kick taken off to Salamonson. And now Shutrups into the middle for Boda. Boda sees a player making a run. It's Savic in the far corner. Fakes out across, now crosses it in. Right there is a Pioneer. Is he onside? He was. G. Busato puts the Pioneers up 1-0. Tusculum strikes first in Jefferson City. Busato with his 3rd of the year. And the Pioneers lead 1-0. Time to reset for Carson-Newman. Eagles trailing by a goal, and now down 2 goals really, with Eagles down 2 goals. When you look at it, you got to get 2, and you got to win the game for Carson-Newman to extend its season. So giving up 1 early here is certainly something that Carson-Newman did not have in the cards. Ball goes over the head of 2 players, and Coles will play it back for Federico Simonetti. It was a beautiful ball in, and Carson-Newman did not have a defender on Busato, and that's why that goal allowed, or is scored and is allowed. Ball played back, and Leach grounds a pass into the far corner for Vital. Good move here by Shutrups, and the Pioneers back on the move. Open man near side, it's Busato, the goal scorer. G. Busato races up the near side. There's a cross deflected out by Veneslon, and a corner to come for the Pioneers. Busato with a 3rd goal of the year, 28th now for the Pioneers this season. An offense that scores almost 2 per game has 1 already in this opening half. They've scored a goal in now 4 consecutive games. And it'll be J.P. Vital to cross this ball in from the near side corner. He raises both arms, and here's this cross in. Punched away by Simonetti, right toward the top of the box. Here's a shot deflected. It came off the foot of Morales. And now Carson-Newman tries to counter. DeGraw met from behind by Vital. Waited too long to pass, and now Tusculum back on the move. Morales goes far side. And now a ball played near side. Busato. Or check that, Vital's here along the near side. He works his way toward the top of the box, grounds a pass. And now DeGraw works back and takes it away. DeGraw to Whitehead, 1 touch, Honcup, nice tackle by Shagor. Pioneers back in the box, Vital lays it off. Morales, back post. Busato heads it up into the air, and Simonetti leaps up to control. Carson-Newman tries to go back on the attack now, with Hyvenars pacing forward toward midfield. DeGraw crosses midfield, grounds a pass into the middle for Whitehead. Whitehead near corner. And the ball's controlled now again by Carson-Newman. Hyvenars trying to squeeze it into Whitehead. It was taken away, still now with Carson-Newman. Smarek there to recover now as Carson-Newman resets with Veneslon. 18.5 left in the opening half. 1-0 Tusculum. This ball is going to venture out off a Pioneer. Stays with Carson-Newman in a throw. DeGraw into the middle of the defense for Whitehead. Played out Throw in for Salamonson. And Tusculum with 18 minutes left in the first. Salamonson just flicked it toward midfield. It's headed back toward the top of the box. Nobody really making a run as Leach will dive on top of it. Mars Hill and Limestone game does not matter if this result holds and Tusculum wins. Pioneers win, they're in, and would travel to take on Wingate in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Shagor lays one on Busato. He's had a lot of space along this near side. He crosses one in, back post. There are players there. It's headed toward the top of the box. A shot by Tal goes over top. Dangerous chance again. The Pioneers have created some great chances, and now Simonetti pushes over a Tusculum player, and we're going to have a foul here on Simonetti and a yellow card. Stephen Lyons is upset, and so is Simonetti that G. Busato was kicking the ball away and not allowing Carson-Newman to take a quick goal kick, and that's why Simonetti was upset, and so is Stephen Lyons along the near side. Play resumes. Simonetti with a rare yellow card. Rarely do you see a goalkeeper get a yellow card, but the Italian receives his first of the year. Near side, ball goes over the head of Carson, out of play. Pioneers have brought a little crowd along the far side. Good crowd on hand for this regular season finale. More this match goes on, more the intensity will pick up. Near side pass behind Busato, and he can't keep it in. Turnover for Tusculum, gives it back to Carson-Newman with a throw, and 16 and a half left in the opening half. Eagles have 2 shots. They came early. Offense has gone quiet here in this first half. Pascal gets around 2 defenders. Off to Honcup. He's met by 3, gets taken down. No call. Eagles stay with it though. Smarek. Eagles maintain possession. 2 shots, one's been on goal, and a save by Leach. On Veneslon's chance from outside the box. He's got it now. Races into the middle of the defense. Around 2 defenders, plays it off for Hyvenars, but it is deflected off his feet. Smarek near side. DeGraw. DeGraw fakes out a cross, now sends one in, top of the box. Cleared by Vital. Honcup wins it back. Pascal across in. Hyvenars there. Trying to get ahead on it. And now it's cleared by Salamonson. Well, if you're Carson-Newman, try to get this match level by half. Here's a foul and a card coming for a Pioneer for the first time today. Jibu Sato called for the yellow, so our second booking in the first 29 minutes and 57 seconds of this match. Remember, we had 7 last year and a red card, so expect much of the same in the regular season finale with much at stake. DeGraw and Carson-Newman will have a free kick here, and the Eagles are sending everyone but 3 players forward for this chance. One-man wall of Busato stands in front of DeGraw, who takes the free kick. Goes over the head of Karsh, headed toward the middle by Whitehead. Now controlled by Tusculum, they flick it back toward midfield. Pascal around a defender, crosses one in, comes out to the feet of DeGraw. One touch, Hyvenars into the corner. DeGraw, cross, back post. It's headed by Hyvenars, wide right of the post and cleared. Friedel a touch, and Smart will play it back for Federico Simonetti, who's 30 yards outside the box. Eagles mustering up some chances here, still held scoreless in this opening half. DeGraw and Honcup pass it around. Mitch gets it back. Plays it back, and the Eagles will reset Friedel. And his line. Honcup, Smart. Top of the box. Into the far corner. Karsh across. Headed away. Vital under pressure. Trying to get around a double team. It's knocked out by Carson-Newman. It'll be a throw for Tusculum, or a goal kick for Tusculum, as Harry Bagley and Rydian Williams will come on for Carson-Newman. Bagley, one of those 4 seniors honored before the game today. Bart Hyvenars and Harry Whitehead sprint off for the Eagles. So reinforcements up front for the final 13-20 of this opening half. Fresh legs, trying to get a goal here in the opening half. Goal back for Carson-Newman. Smart a touch off for Venisland. And he'll play it back off to Friedel. Turnover. Or I thought maybe it would be a turnover for a second. Simonetti and the Eagles control. Still scoreless between Limestone and Mars Hill, with roughly about the same time left in that first half. But again, that match doesn't matter if this score stays where it is right now with Tusculum ahead. Ball played out, or was touched out of bounds by Pascal. It'll stay, or possession goes back to Tusculum for a throw along the far side. Karsh takes it away. Nick Karsh off for Williams. Williams, DeGraw, blocked. Shagor got in the way of DeGraw's first shot of the afternoon. If it's play out of bounds, Tusculum will throw it in again. Savic throws it in. Good throw in. It gets past the defender. Now Eagles back with it. Karsh into the middle for Smart. Player goes down. Will play on. DeGraw back for Venisland, who crosses midfield with 11.5 to go in the opening half, with Tusculum ahead by 1 goal. 24th minute goal by G. Busato on an assist from Osborne Savic. DeGraw into the middle, off for Honcup. Honcup pressured, able to keep it for now. Far side touch, Karsh. Karsh sprinting on Pascal. Here's a cross in. It's loose. Bagley there for Carson-Newman. A touch for Karsh. He falls down. And it's played back toward midfield. Smorik off to DeGraw into the middle of the defense. Honcup turns. Mitchell Honcup fires, and Leach is there. Eagles creating some chances, but Nicholas Leach has save number 3 or 2 in this opening half. Just the second time Carson-Newman has fired his way, and he's been up for the challenge so far. All racing around Honcup, clean tackle. Eagles get it back. Harry Bagley could not split 2. And Tusculum controls, and Leach boots one high into the air, not very far. Trip and a foul by Venisland, with Busato going down. Goal scorer seems to be okay. Final 10 minutes of this opening half. Eagles trying to get a win in November for the first time in 8 seasons, and for the first time when led by Stephen Lyons. Carson-Newman's last win in the month of November was in 2015, a 4-0 defeat of Brevard in the SAC quarterfinals. You got to go back to 2014 as Tim Hans set to check in. The Pioneers are going to bring in a player as well, Carlos Perez. So Tim Hans on to replace Nick Karsh with 9 minutes to play in this opening half. Last regular season November win came in 2014 for Carson-Newman, a 2-1 win over Anderson. Eagles are 0-3-3 in November under Lyons. And haven't won a match this year since the end of September, trying to right this ship when it matters most and keep its season alive. Touch off, Bagley, top of the box. Smarek trying to play it off for Ridian Williams. It comes out, Hans right to Nicholas Leach. Chances and chances for Carson-Newman. The freshman Tim Hans was there, but another good save by Leach. Perez near side pass for Busato. And now off to Salamonson. Bota turns it over. Eagles with the takeaway and numbers forward. DeGrasse sprinting forward. Try to get around another defender. It was taken away by Vital. Bagley applying pressure and forces the ball to be cleared. Frito off for Coles. Carson-Newman will play it back to Simonetti and organize with 7.5 left. Eagles try to sneak a goal back here and reset. Make this match 1-1 again and throw all the chips forward in the second half. Hans off to Venisland. Venisland past the SAC logo, turns. Met by a couple of defenders, plays it off for Smarek. A little behind him, he had to race back to get it. Back to Daniel Venisland. Pass into the middle for Smarek. Pioneers packing things in, making it difficult on Carson-Newman to pass in the final third. Ridian Williams. Smarek, Hans, Ridian Williams from distance. It's deflected out, and Carson-Newman will get a corner with 6.5 left in the first half. First corner kick of the match for the Eagles will come late in this opening half. Eagles may take a quick corner here. Let's see. Nope. Savic saw it developing, and so he sprinted up to take it away, and now the two players will revert back toward the box. DeGrasse, Carson-Newman's top assist man, will flick it in. A high ball toward the back post. Coles is there, headed off the line by Vital and cleared. What a header from Dan Coles, but better defending by Devin Vital. On his own line, had no choice but to clear it with his head. Hans lays it back for Frito. Eagles will reset. 8 shots now for Carson-Newman. DeGrasse, far corner, crosses it in. Goes over top, a couple of defenders, and Hans sprinting it after it. Forces it to be played back to Honcup in the middle. Honcup off for Ridian Williams. Back to Honcup, a shot blocked again. And ventures out to Coles. Venisland into the middle, Ridian Williams. Taken down, foul on Tusculum. Ridian Williams down. The official has not stopped play yet. Clock continues to run. Eagles will have a excellent chance here to take a free kick a couple of yards outside the box. DeGrasse, Venisland, Ridian Williams all standing around this one. Who will be the one to maybe strike this at Leach? A wall of 3 for the Pioneers as DeGrasse and Williams stand over it. DeGraw takes, crosses it, and nobody made a run. It's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick. 4:10 and counting. Goal kick for Tusculum with 4 to go. Vitale clears it up toward midfield with Perez making a run, and Friedel there to head it back across midfield for Carson-Newman. Hans pressured. Eagles escape the tackle attempt and keep the ball. Well, these final 15 minutes or so have been dominated by Carson-Newman after Tusculum maybe owned the first 20 or so and got the goal. Eagles have responded here as Pascal makes a run. Cross toward the 6-yard box, and right there is Leach to dive on it. Leach has made 4 saves in this opening half, living up to his numbers and what they have said about him so far this year, being one of the top keepers in the league. He is showing why here in the first 45. So Lamonson plays it into the middle, maybe a chance for Bota and Tusculum. Morales near side. Man behind forces Bota to clear. Back to his defender. Touch for Savic. Savic has the assist, now turns back and leaves it off for Shutrups. Pioneers will pass it around with 2.5 left. Far side again. Savic, ground pass, Vitale. Tried to cross it, it's deflected out. Corner kick for Tusculum. Andrew Rogers, delighted to have you alongside for this regular season finale. 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Eagles in a must-win scenario to stay alive this season, but trail 1-0. Morales takes his time, and here's the cross in. Simonetti leaps up over top of a defender and controls it. He's pushed down, and a foul. And a yellow card coming toward Carlos Perez. Third booking, second on Tusculum. 96 seconds to go first half. Pretty much ruined a Carson-Newman counterattack there by pushing down Simonetti, who seems to be okay. And the Eagles get one back in the first half here. 90 seconds to do so. Headed back toward midfield. Pressure on the Pioneer. Eagles win it back to Gra. Off to Hans, now to Honcup. Honcup around a defender. Goes far side, Pascal. DeGraw tried to cross it in, it's deflected out. Pioneers force a Carson-Newman throw with 50 seconds to go. Throw in to Smart, he tripped on the ball, and the Pioneers clear it. To the feet of Friedel, though. Eagles will keep possession. Can they get a couple of shots here in the final seconds? Pascal far side, here's a cross, a ground cross into the box, controlled by Tusculum. Maybe a chance for them down the stretch. Ball's kept in play nicely by Vitale. Numbers back for the Pioneers. A cross in. It gets underneath Bagley. Here's a chance wide left. Morales was there. 15 seconds, and that'll be the final chance of this opening half. Nearly a second one for the Pioneers on a late counter. And Tusculum has a 1-0 lead after the first 45 minutes. Carson-Newman's got to win to keep the season alive. Pioneers hold this result, and they will be in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. We'll take a break, talk to you in 15 minutes for the second half here from McCowan Field on the Eagles Sports Network. All right, about to start the second half. Carson-Newman trailing on the scoreboard through the first 45 minutes. It's 1-0 Tusculum, and a must-win game for the Eagles. They trail 1-0. They got to score twice at least in this second half, or this final 45-minute stretch will be the end of Carson-Newman's season. Simple as that. Tusculum right now is in the driver's seat. They hold on to this 1-0 lead, and they will be in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament as the 8th seed. Pascal heads it up into the air. We're underway here in the second half on a McCown field that is shaded on Carson-Newman's defensive half and relatively sunny still on Tusculum's defensive half. As the temperature continues to drop on the first day of November, mid-40s evening. It should work below 40 by the time the women's teams take the field tonight. Maxime Wester starts the second half for Carson-Newman. He's up front as a striker for the Eagles. He's played in the midfield, he's played defense, but now they're going to experiment with him up front. He left the Limestone game on Saturday with an injury. Did not get the start today, but is out there here for the second half. Savic wins it for the Pioneers. They're back on the move quickly. Bota grounds a shot right in, or Morales, I should say, grounds a shot right into Simonetti, and Carson-Newman controls for the first time in half number 2. Limestone leads Mars Hill 1-0, so that result is perfect, really, for these two teams. Carson-Newman needs Limestone to win or tie with Mars Hill to get in, along with a win here. But Tusculum can still get in if they tie here, and Mars Hill and Limestone still sees that score favor the Saints at least by a goal. Well played out. It's off Tusculum. Carson-Newman will throw it in at midfield. That score favors both of these teams, with the nationally ranked Saints in front. Ball played back to Simonetti. 2 minutes into the second half. Eagles certainly will start to feel some pressure as this second half goes on, knowing they have to win. There's no tie, no reason to play for a tie, but everything forward here in the second half to try to win it. Pass off for Williams. Now chips one in, it's headed away and partially cleared right to Pascal. Smart, touch for Tim Hans. Hans tried to reverse it to DeGraw, and it was taken away. Dangerous ball here. Leach able to get there quickly before Wester tracked it down. Good effort by DeGraw, but it is escorted out by Othman Shagor, and the Pioneers will reset with an near side pass for Devin Vitale. Hans knocks it away from Savic. Have to see this intensity for this entire second half. It's going to take everything Carson-Newman's got to make a comeback against the Pioneers that want to continue playing soccer as much as Carson-Newman. Eagles force a turnover. Williams splits two, nearly fell over the ball. DeGraw, pressured from behind, will turn back and leave off for Venisland. Venisland into the middle, Wester out to Williams. Williams crosses it in, Honcups there, one touch. What's the call? Offsides, or let's say a handball on Honcup. We'll give it back to the Pioneers. Good developments. Carson-Newman outshot Tusculum 9-6 in that opening half. Eagles have done that a lot this year, outshoot their opponents, but have not been able to outscore their opponents, and that's the more important stat when it's all said and done. Pascal around a defender, crosses midfield and sends one on. Hans making a run near side. Savic got to it first, and it's played out by Hans. Goal kick for Tusculum. The Eagles have only scored 9 times in league play. Second lowest mark in the South Atlantic Conference, despite the 4th most shots in the South Atlantic Conference. Venisland tracks this one down. And Simonetti clears back toward midfield with Smarek heading it to Williams. Cole's a ground pass for Friedel. Pair of freshman center backs starting along the back line for Carson-Newman as Smarek goes near side, Honcup at midfield. Mitchell Honcup near side for Pascal. Isaac Pascal leaves it off Wester too far in front. And it's play out of bounds. Another goal kick for Tusculum. 39:45, a rolling second half clock. Sees Carson-Newman and Tusculum battling to continue playing here this season. One of these two teams could be continuing their seasons after today's game. Pioneers can say that right now. A couple of players go down. Smarek able to come up with it, and now Veneslon leaves one off DeGraw. Eagles work forward. A lot of players in the middle as DeGraw races up the far side. Cross deflected around and cleared. And Carson-Newman will line up a second corner kick here tonight. DeGraw. Short corner off to Veneslon. Veneslon has his shot blocked. Ventures out toward Pascal. Pascal one touch, and now back to Veneslon. Veneslon grounds a pass into the middle, but it's controlled and taken away by the Pioneers. Nice move. Veneslon had his tackle evaded by the attacking Bota. And now the offsides flag was up for Carlos Perez. Eagles will get it back. 7 minutes into this second half. Eagles starting to run out of time here on their season possibly. Got to win this one to play on Saturday. Friedel for Coles and now Pascal near side. Pascal back to Tim Hans. And now to Friedel. Wester in a battle with Shagor, forces him to pass it back to his keeper, Leach. Well, Tusculum again with the Limestone game being 1-0, whether they know that or not as Hans commits a foul. Whether the Pioneers know that game and the score or not, a tie for the Pioneers gets them in the tournament. So they're going to be extra defensive, you figure, especially as this second half wears on, knowing they don't need to win the game in order to get it in. They just need to hold Carson-Newman off the board twice in this second half. Ball was behind Wester. And we've got a player down. It's Dan Coles shaken up with 37 minutes exactly left in half number 2. He's laying down in the defensive half. Alan Vitale and Stephen Lyons barking out some instructions for their teams respectively as we get the brief break with Coles shaken up. Coles has made an impact for Carson-Newman in his freshman season, making his 7th start today. First career start of his freshman year was against Emory and Henry, recorded an assist in that win. The last time Carson-Newman won a home game, he recorded an assist in. The Eagles defeat the Wasps 3-0. He's helped off. Eagles will play without a guy, and now Coles will run on as Leach will roll it back into play for JP or Devin Vitale. Ball played on to the middle. Nobody makes a run for Tusculum, and Simonetti will ground a pass back off for Coles and the Eagles. Pioneers across the way. Some of their fans chanting on Tusculum here in this second half. Honk up into the middle for Smart. Eagles working forward. There's a battle for it and a foul on Tusculum. Just the second foul on the Pioneers in this one, despite a couple of cards. Honk takes the quick free kick, leaves it off. Veneslon, top of the box. Maxime Wester, a touch, gets around a defender. Wester, wide left. That's why he's in there. He's crafty with his feet. Able to get around a couple of defenders, but his shot goes wide left. Has a goal this year, but again, he's been kind of a defender, defensive midfielder for Stephen Lyons, and now they're throwing him forward in his abilities to see if that can help the offense here tonight. Ball played near side. It's JP Vitale, the top goal scorer for the Pioneers, turns on Pascal. Still with it. Ground pass into the middle. Far side, Morales. Around Honcup, across, cleared by Friedel. Morales pressured. Honcup took it away. To the feet of Veneslon, around a defender, trying to get it out of that far corner, and Honcup just boots it up toward DeGraw, but it's taken back by the Pioneers. Ball behind Perez here, and Simonetti will control it. Eagles will work quickly. Can't take any time off. Needing 2 in this second half. 10 minutes into it. Smark, ball forward. Tim Hans, the freshman, making a run near side. Hans lines it up. Here's a cross. Wester, one touch. It was a heavy one. Vitale gets tackled by Wester. Nice move. He's pushed, and it's a goal kick. Wester lost it out before the foul, possibly. And so Tusculum will line up a goal kick. Here's a shove on DeGraw. Maybe an elbow is what he took. He is down, and play will stop with 34:01. Couldn't tell exactly what Moboda did, whether it was an elbow or maybe a push to the face of DeGraw. But it sent the graduate student to the ground, and now he's okay. Maybe tried to draw the foul and hope Joshua Brooks, the head official, would fall for it, and he didn't. It was Pioneers' possession when Joshua Brooks stopped play, so they'll put it back in control with JP Vitale. Nearly had it taken away. Able to get around Smark and Pascal, and now Smark deflected. Trying to track it down, and he does. Smark with the takeaway and a foul on Vitale. And that ball got cleared away. Carson-Newman has not been happy with how the Pioneers have booted the ball around a couple of times in this one. After the play is over, trying to waste some time as clock continues to run now as DeGraw stands over this one. 4 gray jerseys in the box. DeGraw chips it in. Coles headed it. It bounces once and is cleared. Out toward Veneslon, who heads it back to Smarek. Smarek plays it back for Simonetti, and the Eagles reset. Ground pass for DeGraw, one touch, Ridian Williams. Williams tackled away. Nice play by Morales to knock Ridian Williams off possession. Still 1-0 Limestone in the 57th minute there. So Lamonson around a defender. Ball played back to Leach. DeGraw pressures, and it's booted out away toward the far sideline. Smark worked back to knock it out. Eagles have battled and are pressuring the Pioneers. Not letting them get away with anything easy here in the attacking third. And they come up with a turnover as this ball goes into the third row. Clock will stop as and the official needs to tell us to have the crowd kill the blowhorn. I think the Pioneer student section had that. Eagles back with possession. Ridian Williams working forward. He's pushed. No call. Pioneers with it now. Takeaway and a counter as Vitale moves, and there's a foul on Isaac Pascal. Is it yellow? It is. And now we've got two players battling on the deck here. Coles and Vitale are pushing and shoving, and now that's going to bring a crowd around them. Wester and Honcup in the thick of it now. And it should be a Pascal yellow card for the initial foul. That's a yellow on Isaac. So Simonetti and Pascal each with yellows here in this one. 2 for Tusculum as well. And the Pioneers will set up a free kick with 31:55 to go in this one. Could be a long second half. Sit tight as we go through this one. Mo Bodo will take this free kick whenever Joshua Brooks and his crew is ready. Here's Boda's free kick. It's a duffed one that he didn't get all of, and Smart controls. Smart goes up the far sideline for DeGraw. But the Pioneers work back defensively well. And now DeGraw goes for Wester, headed away by Salamonson. And off for Savic. Shagor's ball forward, headed by Friedel. Finish line for Dan Coles. Into the middle, Smarek at center circle. Plays it off Hans, and now Pascal. Pascal sprints across midfield. Leaves one off for Honcup. And now Coles. Pascal into the middle. Smarek a touch. Ridian Williams. Back tap for Wester. Clever idea. Better defending by the Pioneers. Osborne Savic on that clever back touch by Ridian Williams. And now Tusculum wants to counter. Far side sprint forward. And a cross in behind Carlos Perez. And there was the Eagles defense to control. Smarek hits the deck. Eagles will play on. Maybe advantage. Honcup. Off for Friedel. Eagles work it back across midfield. Here's a handball on the Pioneers. Vitale got in the way and will stop the clock again. Here's a yellow card for J.P. Vitale. Well, we had 7 yellows and a red last year. We're nearing that now. That's the 5th yellow card, 3rd on a Tusculum player. So Artur Marquez, Carlos Perez, and J.P. Vitale all have yellows. And certainly you have to be careful for the guys that have those cards. You pick up a second one, and that's going to put the Pioneers or the Eagles at a disadvantage, and neither wants that to occur in the final 30 minutes. Honcup sprints forward. Ground pass, Williams chips it over. Wester tried to make a run. He was cut off by Devin Vitale, and they clear it out. Williams and Wester have some magic there in the middle. They've connected a couple of times, have been maybe just an inch away from getting a good look at goal. Benesland sprints into the middle, around a defender. Benesland off for Wester, chips it to Smarek, into the middle. Hans was there, and Leach there. I think it was deflected off a Tusculum defender's foot on a ricochet, and Leach leaped up to control. Benesland timed that well to jump the passing lane, but had it knock out of bounds, and with 29 minutes to go, Tusculum will throw it in. Back touch and a turnover. Not a good decision that time by Morales. Carson-Newman's got it back. On cup for Coles. With how this game is going, if Carson-Newman can just get one, that'll give this team the life it needs maybe to get a second, as Hans boots this up into the air and out of bounds. We'll stop the clock with 28-29 left as Osborne Savic decides it's time to tie the shoes. And he'll throw it in. Ball booted toward Coles. He heads it up into the air to the feet of DeGraw. Pioneers 28 minutes or so away from ruining Carson-Newman's senior day and ruining their season, ending it. On cup to Smark, near side corner. Can Pascal get to it? Yes, he can. He's a round one defender. Trying to cross. It's deflected out. Kept in play, but right to Smark. Smark has it cleared. Nearly a dangerous save in. But the Pioneers hold defensively. On cup to DeGraw. Williams plays it back. Vennesland. And now Coles. Pascal sprints into the middle, plays it back. Honcup. Seen this a lot over the past couple of games here at home for Carson-Newman. Team's packing it in, making it difficult on the Eagles' offense, and it's cleared away. Anderson, Limestone, Lee, Catawba, all games this month that the Eagles have controlled possession, outshot their opponent in most of those as well, but have not been able to win the game and outscore that opponent. Similar story right now as Eagles work back forward. Wester in a battle, sees the ball cleared. And now the Pioneers want to counter. Ground pass near side. Vitel's got space. Coles backtracks, knocks it away. It's loose, deflects. Friedel heads away. One touch. Here's his shot. It goes wide left. That's when the Pioneers are going to be dangerous in the second half off counterattacks because Carson-Newman has had so much possession and so much moving forward. Pioneers are going to have a chance to get another one in this second half. It's got to be off a counter or maybe a turnover. Perez gave it right back. Player hit the deck. Pioneers thought it was a foul. And now Friedel works forward to Wester, and now Smark tackles a player. It comes back to Wester. Maxime stops. Goes far side for DeGraw. He'll stop things as the Eagles try to get numbers forward. Here's a cross into the box. Two players there. Wester got his head on it. It goes out of bounds. No, it was off a Pioneer. It'll be a corner kick. Wester was there with Devin Vitel. And Vitel headed it away to set up Carson-Newman with a third corner, second of the half. Near side corner from Thomas with his bench mates standing near side watching on. Ball sent in. Leach leaps up to punch it away. Smart goes airborne. Foul on Vitel. Eagles want to go quick maybe. Smart went airborne to try to head it. And with 25 minutes to go, here's a free kick from about 10 yards away. Honcup and DeGraw stand near it. This has got to be shot territory. Being straight on with Leach. Clock continues to roll. DeGraw and Honcup stand by. Who will be the one to strike? Five-man wall for the Pioneers. It'll be Honcup. Here's a shot into the back of the net. It hooks in. What an illuminating strike from the junior Mitch Honcup. We are tied. Honcup steps over it, drilled it. It hooked right into the upper left corner. His second of the year, and the Eagles have renewed life in their season. Play resumes. A foul and a free kick strike changes the complexion of the game, and now the Eagles have momentum. Smarek, a back tap for Friedel. Remember, Tusculum, with Limestone winning against Mars Hill, is still in the tournament with this game tied. Nice back tap to Graw, ground pass. Wester making a run. It's loose. Leach secures it. Carson-Newman wanted a foul. Will play on. Stephen Lyons is animated and will stop the clock with 23:53 left.
How is that not a back pass?
Oh, Lyons is wanting that to be a back pass, and the keeper should not be able to cover it up. When you pass it back to the keeper, you're not allowed to grab onto it. And Coach Lyons was thinking that that ball was back passed, and the keeper late should not have been able to jump on it. You play on with 23 and a half to go. Remember, Tusculum with a tie here still makes the tournament. Nearly a turnover. Hans there flicks it back forward. The goal scorer, Honcup, trying to keep it alive, and Perez works back to defend. Wester can't keep it in. Pioneers will throw it in. Limestone still up 1-0 with 23 minutes to go there, so results still hold as they do. Tusculum's going to be in the tournament. Eagles got to get one more, at least, and win this one. Ball played forward. Friedel there to track it down, and he'll boot it back toward midfield.
Hans, you got to do it extra. Mitch, you got to do the extra. Back in.
Turnover. Smarek came out of there sprinting to intercept, but right to a Pioneer it goes. Far corner. Salamonson cross. Pascal heads it up into the air. It's still loose toward the top. Perez another head. And Hans there for Carson-Newman. Pioneers win it right back. Two goal scorers collide with each other there. Still loose, and Carson-Newman controls. Well defended sequence by the Eagles. DeGraw around a defender. Eagles work back forward. Near midfield, Smarek back to Honcup. Honcup's second goal of the year, his first since the season opener. Scored the game winner against West Alabama back in August, and he gets Carson-Newman back square in the final regular season match. Eagles trying to inch and crawl into the SAC tournament. Pascal off for Smarek. Eagles back on the attack. Here's Hans to Wester. Ridian Williams back out Smarek. Smarek pressured. He'll play it off Honcup. Into the middle, Wester. Wester into the far corner. DeGraw keeps it in. Here's a DeGraw cross headed toward the top of the box and cleared. And the Pioneers are still going to be relatively defensive and counter when they can, because a draw gets them in, and they'll keep playing this season. Coles into the middle for Honcup. A lot of time left, 21 minutes to go. Wester back for DeGraw. Developing sequence here. DeGraw from distance. High and wide left on the Eagles' 14th shot of the match. Eagles force the turnover. Throw it in quickly. Hans Chips it to Rydian Williams. Williams around a defender. Pass off Wester. Wester's dragged down. No call. He's got the ball with him, and now it's a foul called. Wester can't secure it on the ground.
Easy, Devin.
Pioneers taking their time here as the clock continues to roll. Pass off Rydian Williams. Now to Gra. Eagles back with possession. 19.5 to go. Cross in. It bounces once. Controlled by Savic in the box. He'll dribble it out of there and clear it back toward Vital. Ball booted up into the air toward midfield. Coles leaps first, heads it near side where Pascal stands. All of this second half has been played in Carson-Newman's attacking half. Can it pay off for a second half goal? Smarek with space, chips it in. Wester was there, he's offsides. We'll stop the clock. We've got an injured Pioneer in the box with a cramp. Chibu Sato is the one down and being stretched out by his teammate Linus Solomonson. Eagles will use this as a time to get some water and rehydrate for the final 18:54. Pioneers are going to make a change. Artur Marquez will come back into the game and replace JP Vital. So the cramping G. Busato is all right. He'll stay in, and Vital gets a breather. Morales nearly turned it over. The Eagles continue to amp up the pressure when Tusculum tries to pass it around and results in a turnover. Eagles give it back. Ball played on. Williams pressured.
What's the difference? Inconsistent.
Simonetti pass into the middle for Hankup. Friedel races forward. Tusculum continues to back up and be defensive. Space for Hankup near midfield. Pascal has it knocked off his feet out of bounds. Eagles take a quick throw. Ball played on. Salomonson there to head it away, and now it's cleared across midfield.
Positive. Here we go.
Eagles back to being patient, tied with the Pioneers, but need another one to extend their season. Friedel chips it toward the box. Wester in a battle with Shagor, and it's eventually cleared. Hankup turns, checks for a defender, leaves it off Hans, and now Pascal. Pascal, through ball. Wester's there, but he's offsides. Second time he's been offside since entering this second half. Third time the Eagles have been in this contest. Clock stops, and I think the official is coming our way. Official won 16:38 on the clock as the second half continues on now. Goal kick for the Pioneers, who qualify for the SAC tournament if they hold on here in the final 16:25. Limestone still has a 1-0 lead, so that score may be hold up. But even with the tie, Pioneers still get in. 2 subs for Tusculum. Alan Vitale goes to his bench. Isaac Tallwin and Ludwig Rodberg come on for the Pioneers. Clock continues to roll as those players work onto their pitch. Honcup dragged down, foul, clock stops, another booking here. And it's going to another Pioneer. Cristobal Morales called for the yellow. That'll be his first and the 4th on the Pioneers, so 4 different players for the visiting Pioneers have a yellow card. 3 are out there right now. Honcup turns around Perez near midfield. There's one off for Venisland. He sprints with space into the middle. Venisland racing forward, leaves off Hans, back to Venisland. Venisland into the box. Here's a chance. It's deflected. It goes off the post and in. Daniel Venisland gives Carson-Newman the lead. What an emphatic run by the junior defender. Hans played it back to him, and Venisland did the rest. How about 2 second-half goals to regain the lead with 15-12 to go? Hans, first career assist. Daniel Venisland, the goal scorer for the Eagles. His first career goal, a massive one here in the final 15 minutes. First career goal, first career assist. Venisland and Hans combine to put Carson-Newman up 2-1. And now the Pioneers gotta work forward. Remember, they get in with a tie, but are eliminated. Their season ends with a loss here. Well, how things have shifted in the past couple of minutes and in this second half now. The Eagles will certainly want to be more defensive and try to not give one back now. Pascal boots it up into the air. Hans sprints in front of the attacking Savic to pass it away. Well played out. Off the feet of Radberg. Quick throw for the Pioneers. He'll cross one in. Coles is there to head it away toward the top of the box. Shutrups goes toward Devin Vitale. Near side run. Savic cross. Coles clears. Off to Wester. And now Hans, Eagles with possession. Player goes down. Williams keeps it for Carson-Newman. Smarek plays forward. Wester's well offsides. He knows it. Can Tusculum find a way to kick it into gear? Remember, they've been up 1-0 since the 24th minute, and knowing they can get in the tournament with a tie or a victory, they've kind of been defensive, have fed into what Carson-Newman's done offensively to sit back and play defense, but now it's forced to work forward and try to find an equalizer. Ten minutes to go between Limestone and Mars Hill. It's still 1-0. Ball toward the top of the box, booted up high into the air. And Honcup touches it down. Touched out off Carson-Newman, final 13 minutes. The Pioneers will throw it in. And Islam, the goal scorer, boots it back out of bounds.
Go to the extra time now.
Carson-Newman has only won one game under Stephen Lyons in 25 different occasions where his team has trailed at halftime. They trailed at halftime tonight, but now find themselves up 2-1. This season, Carson-Newman's 0-5. And Carson-Newman and the Eagles find a way to get Lyons a second win when his team trails at the break. Pressure here by Wester, nearly took it away. But he deflects it out. Pioneers will throw it in. Pass toward midfield. Morales off for Shut-Rups. All up the far side. Radberg, cross in. Deflects around a couple of times. Here's another cross deflected out by Friedel. And it's out for a corner. Pioneers will get a third corner kick in this one. Not a huge sense of urgency here as well for Tusculum. So we approach 11 minutes left. Cross to come from Mo Boda. Set in. Top of the box shot deflected out. Williams tracks it down. Passed it behind Wester. Still bounces around a couple of times in the Pioneers' control. Ball toward the back line. Shagor. Nearly a turnover. DeGraw puts pressure on Mo Boda, and he's forced to flick one high and toward the near side. A turn in space for Shut-Rups. Eagles win it back. Pascal, here's midfield. Smart works forward. Has it taken away. Can Tusculum counter right here? Collision. Advantage played, and now it's not played. Foul on Carson-Newman. Pioneers wanted to go quickly, but are forced to set this free kick back a little bit. Eagles have slotted a fifth defensive player along that back line. Tim Hans now. Ball into the box, across in, it deflects, and Simonetti kept it in, did he? No. Joshua Brooks, the head official, says it was out of bounds before Simonetti got to it. And Tusculum will get a fourth corner kick, the second in the last few minutes, and that'll stop the clock with 9:12 to go, with Maxime Wester shaken up. Harry Whitehead waits at midfield to maybe replace Wester, who's possibly cramping with 9:12 to go. Eagles trailed 1-0 at the break, but Mitchell Honcup off a set piece with a phenomenal strike in the upper left corner in the 66th minute. And then Daniel Veneslon raced forward, left one off for Tim Hans, who gave it back to the defender, who dribbled his way in and scored in the 75th minute to put Carson-Newman up 2-1, a game that the Eagles must win to live another day. They must defend well in the final 9:12. Here's the corner. It's a low driving corner. It deflects around a couple of times and is cleared in a foul. Williams went down as he cleared it. Well, if you're Carson-Newman, take your good old time here in no rush. Eagles have to be careful, cannot afford turnovers. Hopefully back toward midfield. Now to the feet of Savic. 2-0 Limestone, so it looks like the Saints are going to win again. And so if Carson-Newman holds on here in the final 8:20 and counting, Eagles are the 8 seed. Turnover, DeGraw comes up with it, flicks over the head of 2 defenders, and there goes Mitch Honcup with Harry Whitehead on sides. Honcup racing forward, tries to get it back, and it's cleared toward midfield. Pioneers come out of that scramble with possession. Well defended sequence by Carson-Newman. Forces the defenders for the Pioneers to pass it around. Far corner. Cross, headed away. Radberg back for Vital. And it goes out of bounds. Turnover. Eagles will make a sub. Nick Karsh is going to come back into the game. Karsh and Whitehead, 2 fifth-year seniors, back on, as DeGraw will slowly trot off the field. Clock continues to run with 7 minutes to go. And now it forces the clock to be stopped as DeGraw takes his time. Whitehead with the interception. Here goes the 5th-year senior racing forward. He's pushed down. No call. We'll play on. Vital collided with Whitehead. And the Pioneers want to counter. Near side touch. At the feet of Shagor. Hans to Pasco, and it's cleared. 6.5 to go. Could be the longest 6.5 minutes of the season. Here's a collision. Vital gets tripped up. Tusculum puts it back into play quickly, and now they'll have to stop with 6:15 to go. And Devin Vital shaken up, holding his right ankle. Vital's all right. He'll shake it off. Try to battle through the final 6 minutes. Pioneers need a goal to tie this one and get in the SAC tournament. Eagles hold, and they play Saturday at Wingate. Ball played behind the defense. One touch, top of the box. Loose, cleared. Anytime that ball is dancing and bouncing around in the box, always almost favors the home or the offensive attacking group if someone's in the right spot. Friedel heads it away right to a attacking player. Cross in, cleared by Coles. Out toward midfield and Whitehead, who has it taken away by Vital. Nice move by Savic. He gets around Hans. Here's a cross in, headed away by Coles. Savic splits 3. He's in the box. Shot wide left. He goes down. No call. And Dan Coles had some words for a Pioneer afterward and takes a yellow. Dan Coles with his first yellow, 3rd one on Carson-Newman, and our 7th booking with 5:12 to go. Well, Savic put the moves on Carson-Newman's defense, splitting 3 defenders, but his shot was wide left. Everything but the finish. 5 minutes to go. Federico Simonetti will put it in play. Whitehead heads it forward, winning the goal kick. Pioneers reset. Vital makes a run. Smarek knocked him down. Foul. Right at the sack logo. Clock continues to run. 4:40 and counting. Vital will be helped to his feet. Free kick at the sack logo.
Ref, where's he going? Ref, where's he going? Ref!
Morales. Short kickoff. Shot from distance, deflected up into the air. Eagles booted back up into the air. And here goes Nick Karsh, sprinting forward. Good job to recover here by Ludwig Radberg to not allow Karsh to break away. 4 minutes to go. Could be the longest 4 minutes of Carson-Newman's season right here. Coles mistimed the header. Pioneers have space. Here's a shot right to Simonetti. He picks it up with 3:45 and counting. And he'll try to boot this as far as he can. Women's game will come 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. It won't be at 7:30. Smarek deflects around. Honcup wins it. Eagles have space moving forward. Mitch has a lot of room. Still with it. It's deflected. Whitehead tracking it down. He gets tripped up. Still has it. Harry goes into the corner. Honcup, he wants to play keep away. How long can he do it for? Not long. It's taken away. Still collided for. It's out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off of Tusculum. Or check that, Carson-Newman. Quick goal kick taken. Pioneers back on the move with 3 minutes to go. Space for the Pioneers in the midfield. Far side touch, Radberg. Check that. That's Tallwin that had it. Ball played right to Tim Hans. He's got it, 2.5 to go. Hans racing toward midfield. Far side, beautiful ball. Honcup with a lot of room. What will he do with it? There's no need to score. Now he'll chip one in toward the box. Player goes down. Easy chance here. Ridian Williams, one-on-one. It's saved by Leach. Up into the air. Whitehead is offsides. Williams was one-on-one with the keeper. Everybody thought he was offsides, and the clock stops with 2:07 to go. With Williams shaken up. Boy, Honcup with a beautiful cross, and Tusculum pretty much quit playing, leaving Williams with a 1v1, and Leach made a heck of a save. His 4th save of the night. 2:07 to go. Can Carson-Newman hold on? Wester will sprint back onto the field. He'll replace Ridian Williams. Limestone has defeated Mars Hill. Eagles hold here for the final 2:07, and it's official. The Eagles will be the 8th seed. Clock continues now. Eagles drop back defensively, man on man. Ball played in toward the box. Perez there. It's headed down once and cleared by Pascal. Out toward the top of the box. Friedel clears right to Vital. Lots of players down here for the Pioneers. Cross in. Deflects Honcup right off a Pioneer. It's loose. Still, here's a shot right at Simonetti. And he leaps up and makes his 5th save. That was close. Federico's got it with 80 seconds to go. Pascal up the near side for Whitehead. Nice move around Vital. Plays it off. Wester. Can he finish? He chips it right over. That'll do it. With 79 seconds to go, Wester with the chip over Leach. His 2nd goal of the year. And that is going to complete an Eagles comeback. How about 3 of them in the second half? The Pioneers are defeated. Insurance, Maxime Wester delivers. And boy, this has got to feel good for Carson-Newman. Only 9 goals in league play this year. How about 3 in the second half? Whitehead the assist. 69 seconds to go. And the Pioneers know what is coming. The end of their season. Harry Bagley's going to check in for Tim Hans for the final 69 seconds. It's Carson-Newman's final home game of the season. And they're going to get away with a win. Bagley, the takeaway for Carson-Newman. He sprints across midfield. The senior chips one on. Wester's making a run. He's on sides, and Leach is there to fall on it. Pioneers need an absolute miracle here in the final 45. Friedel heads it back toward the far side. Veneslon clears. Smarek nutmegs Perez, and it's cleared back toward the midfield. 20 seconds, headed up into the air. Cleared toward the top of the box, cleared, 15 seconds. 10 seconds, one final opportunity for the Pioneers. Ball played into the box. Vital, wide left. Carson-Newman, a 3-goal second half, allows the Eagles to come back and end the Pioneers season. For the second time under Stephen Lyons, Carson-Newman comes back when trailing at the half and ends Tusculum's season. 3 different second half goal scorers. Mitchell Honcup in the 66th minute, Daniel Veneslon in the 75th, and Maxime Wester in the final minutes secures Carson-Newman an 8th seed and another berth in the South Atlantic Conference tournament. Just the 3rd league win for Stephen Lyons' team this year. Just the 5th win this year for an offense that has mounted teams with chances and shots. It finally pays off here in the second half. An excited Eagles group will head to Wingate on Saturday to meet the nationally ranked Bulldogs. Second trip that direction for Carson-Newman, and it'll be in the SAC quarterfinals on Saturday. We're just getting started. The women's team will battle Tusculum here in 30 minutes. Ryan Wilkes will take you through that one. Andrew Rogers signing off here on the Eagles Sports Network and Flow Sports. Thanks for joining us, and stick around as the women's soccer team takes on Tusculum in 30 minutes.